getting there slowly.
What's this bottle of wine you've got next to your desk?
You know, when you get upset with me and stressed out with me, I just down the bottle. Got two on the go at the moment. This is my Thursdays. This is my Fridays.
That's fine. Bottle of wine a day. Right, it's 1 o'clock. We're on with Luke.
Afternoon, guys. So we are on episode 43 today. So as I said earlier in the week, Jack Walsh is on holiday, so I've got the privilege of doing it again. So what we're going to do, we're going to introduce some more of the operations team, similar to the format of earlier in the week, and just get to know everyone a little bit better. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to explain a little bit about why we're moving to a new warehouse and some of the issues that we're currently finding with the current one. So yeah, if we start off by following me to the warehouse.
Harry, how are you doing? Hello, and how are you doing?
I'm really good, thanks, Perry. Hope you're okay.
Kelly also asked how's your day going?
Yes, going well so far, Kelly. All good. So I got a little bit of banter from my friends on the last episode that I presented, saying that our boxes look quite messy and your warehouse is looking very full. So I was like, well, yeah, we're going to have a few messy boxes when we're very tight for space. So I wanted to kind of address that for anyone who sees our warehouse and sees all these boxes coming out of everything. So we're going to start down this aisle. So we have a picking location for all our boxes. When we have, I need that one. When we have a popular moving item such as iPad 10th Gen 10.9 tempered glass, we have the box that's full there. And then unfortunately, because we've got the size of this warehouse, it's a fast moving item. We don't want it on the roof. We have to just leave it on the aisle next to where the product is. So if you look at this aisle here, it's a little bit messy, but that is due to the space that we have. So maybe just do a little view back there. So that's the kind of issues we have with like the limited space we have. These are all excess locations. It's not the guy's been lazy and not putting the stock away. So then if we then come to an aisle like this, looks very clear. This is an aisle that Arthur has done recently, looks really clear. This is how we're going to have it in the new warehouse. So we've got another popular moving item here. So we've got the iPhone SE 678 tempered glass. We sell loads of this. I think this is our second fastest moving product of the whole of our last financial year. So we don't want boxes all over the floor like that, because before we had like 3 or 4 boxes of it like stacked up right here. But because we're just using one box for one product now, Arthur's condensed it all down, looked at the sales trends, it's a lot cleaner, and we just have boxes like nice and neat like that, whereas previously we would have maybe had 3 or 4 items in there, and then we would have had the excess all along the floor. So this aisle is something Arthur's done recently, and you can see the difference of this aisle compared to that aisle with the 10.9. So
and you're around, you'd like to know how does everyone reach everything in the warehouse?
So we do have step ladders that the guys move around with. So we normally stock lighter items on the top, obviously, and heavier items on the bottom, so people aren't having to lift the heavy items from the top.
How quickly does the excess stock turn over?
The excess stock, so it's pretty quick, to be honest. As I said, with like the 10.9 tempered glass, probably be like a week or 2 before that picking box is empty, and we can then restock it. So it's not too bad. And I said any like slow moving items that we don't pick very often, we'll go on the roof, like so it doesn't block up the aisles, or we'll put it on the end of an aisle.
Another question about the warehouse.
Yes.
How do you know where everything is?
So we have a stock location system. So when the guys pick an order on the ship note, it will tell them the location on the shelf. So if you look at this aisle here, this is M, M4, M5, and it literally just goes along like that. And then top shelf is always A, B, C, and D. So that's how the guys know how to find it. And as I said, with where we've developed with the warehouse, initially when I started, we had 3 people just picking from memory, which, as I said before, I don't know how they managed to do that, because that's really impressive, being able to pick 3,000 items I had to pick from memory. So this is something we've put in over the last sort of couple of years, refining it, and we literally have every single product with a location now, whether it's in here on a shelf or on the roof. Like, all our products have a location, so it should be a lot easier to find.
Harry said, can you introduce yourself, please?
So I'm Luke Murray. I'm the operations manager. I've been with JLC 2.5 years. I was going to give a bit about my background as well, actually. So initially, I started off at DPD on a graduate program. This is when I was 25, so I did a little bit of traveling before that. On the graduate scheme, you like learn to become a manager. You learn about like HR side of things. You learn about cost and things like that. And then I gradually got promoted to a shift manager, and then onto an ops manager. Before you get put to an ops manager, you have to kind of like prove yourself. So what you would get given was little tasks or projects in other depots around the region. So I ended up working in Bridgewater, Exeter, Bristol, and a little bit in Cardiff as well before you actually get the position. So they really make you jump through hoops, and you have to go and like fix something that's a problem in another depot before you actually get the role. And then yeah, got the role in Cornwall as an ops manager, and then eventually was transferred to Bristol, and then obviously eventually led to JLC.
Is your mic on? Can you just double check the green light's on?
Yeah.
It is on. Miranda said, can someone adjust the mic?
Is that mine or yours?
Okay, they should be.
Is that
They should
better?
be okay now. She said it's very impressive what your background is.
So yeah, that tied me in perfectly with JLC, because JLC was like, in my eyes, it was like a blank slate with where the warehouse was at, where the whole operation was at, and like the ambition and drive of James and Beak in the interview. I thought, yes, this is the perfect sort of job for me, like being able to hopefully progress the company forward, and yeah, start on a blank slate and sort of implement like a good system to drive it forward, and yeah, account for all our volumes as they increase. So yeah, it's working so far.
Amazing.
Right, so as I said, we're going to introduce you to a few more of the guys now, and we're going to discuss a little bit about their backgrounds as well, just to give people a chance to show what they're doing on top of the guys yesterday. So, John, he is second in command to Arlene. So John is assistant warehouse manager. So John, how long have you been here now, and what's your role? How do you say your role's changed?
Just over 2 years, and yeah, I was a warehouse operative, and then I went on to labels, and then we've done the Armalo stuff, and then
Oh yeah.
and then just progressed, and then I'm taking more stuff with Arlene now, and just getting on with it, and then it's really good.
Yeah, as we said yesterday, we try and vary different people's roles, so they're like learning new stuff, and part of like John's progression is he learns from Arlene. So when Arlene isn't here, we've got like a solid backup and a solid number two that can run the warehouse flawlessly, as if there's no difference when Arlene's here. And as I said, John was covering the warehouse last week on his own, and we were still achieving that 200 orders a day almost, which is again testament to the work that John's done, Arlene's done, and all the guys are doing in like covering and like learning new areas. Like we're, I said, a strong unit all round. So yeah, great stuff.
What's it like working at JLC?
Family atmosphere, really fun. Yeah, it's just a good place to work. As you say, you're a name, not a number. In most places, you're just that's what I find. It's just real nice, easy, nice place to work.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. So let's move on. Thanks, John.
Excellent.
So Emma, she is our resident Bristolian.
Let me give you this one.
Oh, thank you.
Cheers.
We love her Bristolian accent.
Oh, you don't. You all take the
So
mick out.
Emma, how long have you been with us, and how has your role changed since you've come in? Because again, you've changed around a little bit, haven't you?
Yeah, so just over a year. I started off just doing labels. I've now progressed to processing the orders and putting it through to check if we've got stock, if we've not got stock, making sure emails are answered, accounts are answered.
Yeah, so Emma's role is really important because we get a lot of requests from purchasing to check if items are in stock, any queries in regards to orders in the purchasing inbox. So Emma is like spot on and like really rapid in obviously actioning those queries. So upstairs gets the correct information, and we can obviously then go back to the customer with like correct ETAs where we've got the item in stock. So yeah, very important role, and yeah, progressing well.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Emma.
You're
Grab
welcome.
that one back off you. Thank you. Emma.
Where's Chris? Chris, here he is.
Chris.
Go over there. Bit clearer there.
Let me give you this one.
So, how you doing, Chris? How long have you been here?
I've been here about a year and a half now.
And how was your role changed, like when you came in, and like your background? How's it like changed?
Yeah, so started off just packing all day.
1 second. Can we just switch the mics round? I think Luke's might not be working that clearly. So if you guys we've got to cross that one at the moment. That's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Maybe hold that higher if it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
You
so
all
it was just packing. And then I've been doing more picking and other things. More recently, I tend to do UK weight, which is things like devices, phones, tablets, stuff like that. Obviously, they go through a bit of a different process to the other stuff.
Yeah, so when JLC initially started out, it was phone cases, and it's generally progressed in like the IT peripherals in general, like headsets, tempered glass, docking stations, things like that. But what we're really pushing at the moment is devices as well, so like phones, iPads, things like that. And Chris has got a really important role because now we're actually holding more stock. Obviously, it's greater value having more phones into the warehouse. We've had to tighten our procedures with actually scanning in devices, making sure they go out on the same day, so we're not holding too many phones on site, things like that. And yeah, Chris is obviously spearheading that process and just making sure we're in control of that. So yeah, it's a new process, but as I said, like I said yesterday, when we have new processes, we try and get the people that are doing the processes to have a big say in it, don't we, Chris? So
yeah,
Chris is
absolutely.
quite vocal in how we do that.
I've got a question. I'm not, well, it's for both of you, from Noreen. She says, do you guys receive the shipments yourselves at customs, or do you hire someone else to do so?
Yes, so we have either FedEx or DHL deliver the shipments to us. But yeah, we have to supply the customs information, obviously, with our supplier as well. We have to make sure all the invoices are correct, and then through DHL. But we provide that with the supplier. Yeah. So how are you feeling about the warehouse move, Chris?
Yeah, should be good. I think we need the more space now, don't we?
Yeah.
So
Chris has been working closely on the stock as well, so your role has been quite broad as well. You kind of drop in wherever as well, and you've kind of helped Arthur with the stock as well. So
yeah,
I think you'll see the difference.
Makes you see how much space is needed.
Yeah, that's it. So let's continue on. Any more questions?
Noreen would like to know if you've ever had any problems with the customs or anything like that.
To be honest, the main issues we had were when Brexit first came in. We didn't actually have our Almelo branch set up. We were trying to send a lot of shipments directly to Europe from the UK. Literally 80% of the time it would get held up. They were requesting extra information from the shipments, such as like the buy price, sell price, all these different numbers that we had to provide. And that's partly why the reason we really pushed for our BV site in the Netherlands to open, because we could then send our products from here to there. It was a regular day-to-day delivery. It didn't get stopped by customs. And then from there on, we could ship directly to Europe from the Netherlands with no customs issues. So yeah, we had a lot of customs issues a few years back.
If you just hold the mic in your hand, I think that might be better. I think it's getting static on your jumper.
Okay.
So just hold it. Not
That-
too, like that.
Did you catch everything I just said?
That should be. We'll see if anyone reports any problems with the mic now, but I think it should be okay now.
Yeah. So just sending to Europe was the main issues with customs. A couple of years ago, but as I said, we don't have that issue now because we ship our products to the Netherlands, and they actually hold a lot of their stock in the Netherlands now, so we don't have the issue of customs stopping things going to the EU from here.
So it's working much better now. So that's good.
Okay, that's perfect. So yeah, let's move on. Thanks, Chris.
All right. Thank you, Chris.
Have we got any more questions?
No more questions at the moment. I know Kelly wanted to have a chat.
Oh yeah, we were
with you.
going to give Kelly an introduction as well. So let's go down.
She's had she's worked here for some time now. Do you make your own designs like phone cases and such?
With the designs, most of them are template design. But
Some of them we add our own spin on them, like we'll add on
Yeah.
like the JLC logo or like make a certain mold
logos and brandings, yeah, and we can request certain molds, etc.
or like things to be made.
Yeah, yeah, request a factory to make. So yes, what would you say the percentage split is? It's not that many, is it really?
It varies. I would say it depends on the bigger deals. Definitely, everything's very bespoke. And for example, those connected headsets that we've made, especially for the schools,
Yeah.
Or the turtle phone case that's like been made now with our mold on it. So
That's it. I said there's not much we can't do, to be honest. So yeah, we get a lot of customers requesting different things, and we are pretty flexible in accounting for that. So yeah, anything you want, any customers listening, yeah, give us a shot. Say what you want, and we will be able to source that for you. So last but not least, the last person we're going to interview today is Kelly.
Hi.
So Kelly works in the products department, and Kelly has been here a long time. How long have you been here?
7 years October, because I've been corrected by I think I thought it was 8, but it's 7.
7 years. So Kelly's a really good judge of how JLC's changed. She's one of the long-standing members. So what would you say has changed the most in like the 7 years you've been here? So Kelly was in the warehouse when I started, and now you're in product. So how have you seen like the development of JLC in the time you've been here?
I think it's progressed really well throughout it, because when you started now we were still like all bitty, weren't we? And since you've done it, the warehouse has progressed so much. It's much more tidier, easy to manage, easy to pick. If you go in there, even if me and Beck's like, instead of disturbing the boys, just go down one of the aisles where we know we can find the product straight away.
And I actually remember the first stock take I was here in August 2022, because we didn't have locations. Kelly, the whole thing was partly dependent on Kelly, because she had to go down and we had a list of all the products, and Kelly had to go and write all the locations or where they were in the warehouse, because we didn't have a location system. So I remember like Kelly was a big part of that stock take in 2022, because she was one of the few people that knew where all the items were. So yeah, shout out to Kelly for back there. But you've got the stock system now, so yeah, the girls can, if they're trying to find a product, they can see on Unleashed, our stock system, where it is. They know where the aisle is, and yeah, they can go and sort it themselves.
Kelly, Noreen would like to know, how did you keep such a cool head when you just had to find out where everything was?
I think it just come naturally. I think I'm just a not stressful person.
Yeah, you are the most chilled out person.
I just like, yeah, whatever type attitude, get on with it and hope for the best. It's all good.
And how does that compare to your role now in products?
I love my role in products now, because it's like seeing the start of something. So basically we're seeing the guys order like episode like phone case, we create the product code for it and get all the specs up together, put it all nicely in a catalogue so they can quote it on, and that, and email the whole team and things like that. It's just nice seeing it, and then when it comes in, seeing it go out the door. It's just
nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. Thanks, Kel. So
Mohammed says great teamwork, Kelly.
Brilliant. Thank you.
And just on that, so we've spoken about like the new warehouse. Ooh. We've spoken about the new warehouse like quite extensively, but we're also looking at putting like and planning like the next sort of tech advancements we're going to have like within the operation, within sales, to like help us drive the extra volume. So like for products, for example, we're looking at PIM systems where we can integrate with that our current platforms such as IceCat, where we can actually get our products online a lot quicker and reduce some of our manual processes. And same with the warehouse as well. Like we currently have manual processes for people printing labels, things like that. And yeah, the future will be manual automation with like a third party, so we don't have to do all these manual processes.
We've got a question for you. Noreen needs to prepare a teaching demo video. Have you got any advice on how to do a topic online, basically?
What's the question?
So how can someone prepare to discuss a topic online?
Prepare to discuss a topic
like
online.
How do you prepare to go on a live YouTube?
I think you just write down some basic bullet points about what you're going to do. Yeah, maybe like 4 or 5 like key points, and then you just kind of let it flow and discuss around those points. And a lot of the time you'll have the 5 points, but then around that it'll just be made up. So yeah, get 5 key points in your head, and then yeah, just discuss around it. Hopefully that helps.
Perfect.
Again, I kind of made that up on the spot. I know.
There's no other questions at the moment. We've got only 3 likes, so everyone needs to get liking.
How many viewers we got?
We've got 5 viewers at the moment.
5. We need James to stream it again.
Yeah, I need James to stream it. Noreen said she's not sure how to start preparing for the video. I'm not even allowed to choose whichever topic I want. Do you have any favourite topics in mind? Oh, she's even allowed to choose whatever topic she wants. Have you got any topic in particular that you would suggest she talks about?
I think it's entirely dependent on the person. Like, what do you find interesting? What do you naturally
Yeah, like
talk
anything
about?
you're passionate about.
Yeah, anything you're passionate about, or like you know your numbers about, or know like a lot around. Like, it has to be one of those 2 things, or else you probably would struggle in a live.
I think that's all the questions at the moment.
That's all the questions today. Any questions from you?
No. Mohammed said he's liked the video now.
Nice. Thanks, Mohammed.
And Noreen said thank you so much.
Brilliant. So
that's
a wrap.
Yeah, it's been going 22 minutes, so
perfect.
Brilliant.
Nice.